Hello, everyone. Tim Gabauer, Superintendent of Schools here for the Mount Pleasant Area School District. Joining us today is Randy Syvac. Randy Syvac is our Director of Maintenance. Randy's been with us in the district for approximately 7 years, I do believe.
7 years, that's right.
And for the last year, he's been serving in this capacity as Director of Maintenance, has been doing a tremendous job. As you look around the high school campus or any of the elementary, you know, over the last 3 to 4 years, there's been a lot of activity, you know, whether it's maintaining of roofs or taking care of electrical systems or paving or whatever, you name it. We've got a list of items we've been paying attention to really keep our buildings in good shape
Yes.
moving forward. So, and this year's no exception. As we're going through this summer, it's been busy. It's been quite busy. No matter where you go, whichever building you've been in, you would have seen activity taking place. So those capital projects, Rand, can you give us a little bit of an idea about what is taking place throughout this particular summer? And you know, what people can expect maybe coming into the 22-23 school year?
For this year, we've upgraded the lighting to LED lighting on the interiors of all 3 elementary schools. It's a big difference. You're going to notice that the kids will notice right away how much brighter it is in the halls and in the rooms. So it's a big upgrade, and it should be a money saver also down the road for the district. We are right now, as we're speaking, having the back parking lot seal coated as part of a paving job that's going on at the high school facility. We've already paved Ramsey's back parking lot, so that's been going on. We are going to replace some more of the Airedale units at the high school, which should start actually next week. And on top of that, we also have some bleachers coming that we're going to be
Yes, that's right.
replacing. So.
And can you speak to that? Like, why are the bleachers getting replaced?
Well, the bleachers, as we had our yearly inspection done for those, they found some terminal problems with the old ones, and it became a situation where we couldn't use them anymore. So we've had to scramble a little bit to get the new ones on order and get them going. And in today's world of the supply chain issues, it's been a little bit of a delay, but it'll be fine. We're going to get it done.
Yeah, and we still have our marked dates so that we have everything. It'll be a minimal disruption here, you know, relative to but there's a couple days maybe after Labor Day, right?
After Labor Day.
They might take them out, and then we'll have access to the room again until they bring the other ones in and install those, which, you know, should take place well in advance of anything coming with large crowds.
That's the plan. That is the plan.
For winter sports. Yeah. So, now I know at Norvell you also replaced there was a drain that was collapsing a bit that you had replaced.
We did a little work out there related to the paving. He fixed a drain there, and
I know Ramsey, Mr. Bentler, has been excited about getting some basketball hoops for quite some time.
Well, the maintenance crew's taking care of that.
Yeah.
We've got the poles are up and in, and we just need to mount the backboards now. So that should be done very shortly.
Yeah. Now you had mentioned the LED lighting. What is it that led the district going toward getting the LED lighting in those particular buildings?
Well, I think it was a couple of things. You know, the consulting group that we work with, SiteLogic, they did some studies and found that we were lacking in light in a lot of the areas. And it is a natural fit. Right now, the technology, the LEDs compared to the fluorescents is just, you know, more lumens for less electricity. And it's just really a no-brainer to do that at this point.
Yeah, and the quality of the lighting in the classroom for instructional purposes is much better, and as far as in the hallways, which also complements the surveillance systems that we've had put in. And I know, you know, we've also talked with Mr. Shaner, who's our Director of Technology, and we talked a little bit about their surveillance, but can you speak a little bit to how that's been tying into all the other projects this summer?
Well, it's they move around the building. I think they're just about done. So I have not seen them on a daily basis to keep up, but it seems like they're moving along, and they've stayed out of everybody else's way, so that's a good thing. But I believe that's going to be a huge upgrade on our old system.
Absolutely, and they've been able to use some of our infrastructure with some of the wiring, but as far as the cameras and the capability of the cameras and the servers and the ability for us to do everything, you know, from a mobile platform, just what a tremendous upgrade. So a great move for our safety and security program.
It will be a big improvement, yes.
Yeah. So past the capital projects, there's also, it's quite busy in the summers
It
with
is.
your crews.
It is.
We know that there are different things that they have to do at different points in time to make sure whenever our teachers and our students come back that everything's in great shape. But
Yes.
can you speak a little bit to that? Because I know on the other end, you'd actually worked in
Yes.
doing some of that from the maintenance end. But from this role, can you give us an idea about what takes place during the summer months with the maintenance and custodial
Well,
crews?
the custodial crew, from their standpoint, they have to, we get the rooms cleared out, and they clean each room, top to bottom, work through the halls, you know, get the things done in the room, then we get the stuff back into the rooms and get the halls finished, any halls that need to finish. So that's the short of it. Now, that sounds short. That's a lot of work. It is. And those guys do a great job at it.
Yeah.
I just took a walk around the school this morning a little bit, and you know, it looks pretty good. We're on track. It's a lot of work. I have a couple guys that just finished. We had the pool drained completely, and they've been working for about 3 or 4 days inside the pool trying to get that
I
cleaned
saw the
up a little
pressure
bit.
washer sitting over there last couple of days, so I know they've been doing some work.
They definitely made it looks a lot better, and
Wonderful.
We're on track to get that filled and get that ready for this swim season. So
Fantastic.
yeah.
So, and listen, you talk about, there's much more to it. I know when I walk around, and I'm not in it to the degree that you are, but I pay attention to what's happening, and I see the checklists
Yes.
that take place outside of the rooms, and those checklists are quite extensive. I mean,
Yes.
there's a lot
Yes.
that happens in each of those. I haven't been a part of them. What's on those checklists? I mean, because I know they're extensive. There's a lot.
Well, there's for each little duty that happens in the room, there's a spot to check off, and we do that because more than one person's working in the room.
Sure, sure.
So that way we don't double work or do something twice that don't need, just so we always check off when we're done.
Yeah.
So it simply starts with basically who cleaned the lights, who changed the light bulbs, who did the windows. Who did the dusting on the desktops, who disinfected, you know, if there's carpet, who cleaned the carpet, or who stripped and waxed the floor. It is an extensive
It
list.
is extensive.
So,
Yeah, it is extensive, and some people don't realize what takes place, you know.
right, and it's a lot of work, and they do a good job at it.
It is,
you know?
and I watch how they work together. They have to
Yes.
work together as a team, because obviously in the summer you have the ability to take some vacation time and what have you. So there are times when you'll have the crew at Ramsey come work together at the
Yes.
high school, and high school go help
Yeah.
out at Donegal, and vice versa for
And the
Norvell.
crew is very good at that too. They're
it's-
willing to go back and forth and help when they need to. So.
Yeah, and on that end, I know that your department is one of the most critical components in us having a successful year. And boy, that hasn't been highlighted any more than it probably had within the last couple
Yeah.
years, because of the ability to, or the necessity for them to really be on top of things in the bathrooms, the amount of cleansing, the amount of deep cleansing. It's been different.
Yes.
It's been considerably different. So can you speak to the quality of your custodial crew and your maintenance crew and what it is that they do
Well,
on a
the
daily
COVID
basis?
thing changed
Sure it
changed
did.
a lot of things in how we did it. And the truth of it is, we were doing a lot of that before that even happened.
Right.
So we just continued to do what we were doing. But I would like to thank them personally. I do think sometimes that group gets, we slip under the radar a little bit, and I think that they do a great job. And I know they're not in sight a lot of times of what people are looking at when they're at a school, but that's the reason a lot of this, the things happen here is because of how they've taken care of things. So I do appreciate it. My maintenance crew has been running around. I'm not even sure where they're at half the time because they go from job to job to job, running back and forth. So I appreciate their effort, and I think the district should be thankful we have people like that. So,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and I know they are. I know when I get together with the board of directors and we talk about whether there's movement among the custodial ranks or there's a hire or something that attaches to that department. There's nothing but positive conversation relative to what that group does
I agree.
collectively. And I could speak to something else, and this was prior to you being here. When I had come up to the district and I had actually interviewed for this particular position, I was able to walk around town, get a good view of what was happening in Mount Pleasant, get a real good feel for the town. But one of the things that happened in between the interviews is I had the ability to actually walk into the school. And when I noticed the attention to detail and the cleanliness, it was something that spoke to me. It spoke to me about the district. It spoke to me about the pride and commitment and dedication. And that really was intriguing to me. That was a big piece of me thinking, boy, you know, if this is where we're at here, you know, this is probably, you know, indicative of what's happening in every part of this organization. And it was quite a draw. And since I've been here, I've seen that to be the case. I've seen
There
it
is
to be
some
the case,
community
so.
pride in the building, you know,
Absolutely.
and that speaks well to the guys who did this job before me also, so. you
Absolutely,
know,
it does.
Yes.
Sure. So, well, Mr. Savick, we thank you for your time. And
Why, thank you.
You know, those of you who took the time to view this gives you an idea about what takes place over the summer months and some of the major projects happening throughout the district. Hopefully, you found it to be informative. And you know, we'll check back from time to time and do this again when we have some big efforts taking
Absolutely.
place. So, thank you for your time once again. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Savick, and everybody have a great day.